How I feel? Blessed. What I want?
Get back slow. I love the way she rock her hips. I love the way she move it, shake it on me. When she pop her hips, the shawty is a winner. You can tell that shawty's no beginner. She's confident. I love the way she move it.
YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We another Washington Commanders video. I'm here with the Command Extra post-game show following the Washington Commanders beat down of the Buffalo Bills by the hands of the Buffalo Bills 37-3. I'll be the first to tell you, I did not expect that, okay? I did not expect that. However, I knew we were going to lose this game. I picked us to lose this game. But the way we lost this game, you couldn't have paid me to believe this was going to happen. I mean, absolutely outmatched in every phase of the game. Absolutely destroyed in every which way. Everything that went wrong for this team, everything that could went wrong. I mean, this team had a measuring stick game, and clearly we're not ready. Clearly we still cannot compete with the big boys. I don't care about the addition of Eric Bieniemy, who was, in my opinion, horrible today. We still are a ways away, and that's all I wanted to know from this game. I didn't expect to win, but I wanted to know, where is this Commanders team at? Are we on the cusp? Okay, 24-20 kind of loss, a close game. Some misplays here and there, but if they would have just made that, they would have won and been 3-0. Or is this team going to absolutely get railed, plastered, rammed, whatever word you want to use to describe this total thrashing? Was that going to happen? And we got our answer. We absolutely got destroyed, and that tells me all I need to know is that we're still a ways away. Sam Howell had the worst day possible. I mean, 4 interceptions. Could have had about 8, but 4 interceptions. Sacked 9 times, probably more. And Washington had a total of 5 turnovers. Today was horrible. Shout out to the Buffalo Bills. I mean, straight up. You got to give credit where it's due. They came in. Sean McDermott had a defensive plan to rattle the young quarterback, and he did. Terrell Bernard, AJ Epinesa, Leonard Floyd, who absolutely killed Andrew Alley. The defense balled, man. And Sam Howell gave him gifts, donations. He was horrible. He was in his head early, and it lasted throughout the whole game. You can see early on after the first turnover, he was rattled. And this is where I put the blame on Eric Bieniemy for some things. You see your young 23-year-old quarterback rattled and not comfortable. It's your job to make him comfortable. Why are you continuing to drop your 23-year-old quarterback back into a pass, deep drop, after he's turned over the ball, after the offensive line is clearly not able to block? It's on you at that point. You need to get out the mindset that you do not have Patrick Mahomes anymore. You cannot put all the blame on Sam Howell, or you cannot put it all on his shoulders. He is 23, making his 4th career start. You got to realize you no longer have Travis Kelce. You no longer have Patrick Mahomes. You're not in Kansas City. You have playmakers. You need to use them. Sam Howell turns the ball over. Okay, let B-Rob cook. Why don't we run the ball? I don't know. We had a total of 5 run plays in the first half. Why? Every time Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson, and we're going to get to Antonio Gibson, trust me, we're going to get to Antonio Gibson. Every time they ran the ball, It was a positive game. Why do we struggle with trying to establish the run? Why do we come out so pass heavy every single game like we don't have a young quarterback in the backfield making his 4th career stop? Why? Please answer that question for me. We have to do a better job at finding a balance and sticking to it, unless Sam Howell shows you that he's ready, which he's not, to just take on the offense and put it on his shoulders. He's not ready. Why are you expecting that out of your quarterback? He is not ready. The offensive line we have is not ready for that. Sam Howell, interceptions were terrible today. Terrible decision making. You get things started with the first interception. I mean, he had so many that I honestly started to forget. Started to forget who caught the first pick, because I mean, you got to get rid of that ball. You know what I'm saying? You got to get rid of that ball. Then you got the Tre'Davious White one in the end zone. You can't throw that, man. You got to throw the shallow cross right in your face. Then you got the Antonio Gibson one. You know what I'm saying? Everything that just went wrong. And then the AJ Epinesa one at the end was just the cherry on top for Sam Howell. Sam Howell was horrible today. He had negative points in fantasy. Negative points. I wrote down some things, but I'm not even going to go off what I wrote down, because it don't even matter at that point. Sam Howell was under duress all day. Mondays are going to be brutal for him behind this offensive line, man. He was hit, I would say, nearly every play. Could never get comfortable. And again, this is where an offensive coordinator, a coach, comes into play and realize early, so you can detect it early, so you can make in-game adjustments. Your young quarterback is rattled. Why do we keep putting the ball in his hands? Why do we keep doing that? It's unacceptable why we didn't run the ball much today. With that being said, though, let's not act like, with that being said, this game was 16-0 coming out of the second half. Game was 16-0, bro. Washington turned the ball over twice in the red zone. Turned the ball over twice. That's not winning football. You can't expect to win games and you turn the ball over 5 times, first of all, and then 2 times in the red zone. And then on top of that, you have a turnover on downs. You cannot do that. You cannot expect to win games like that. Let's go ahead and talk about the goal line, though. 3rd and goal, I do not like that play call. Why does it seem like we only run the ball out of the gun? And why does it seem like we have that only end run out of the gun? Like, the running backs lined up here, Sam Howell takes a snap, and we just hand it off the edge, or we hand it off the edge. That's the only run play we have. And why are we running that on the gun? At the gun, or out of the gun, rather. Why are we doing that? Line up under center, and they said, oh, will you do that kind of play because you know you want to go for it on 4th down, so you have 2 chances to pick up the touchdown. Okay, cool. Line up under center, load the backfield up, give Brown Robinson the ball, and let him run into the end zone. Don't run out of the gun and then run outside. You're running out of the gun, you're surrendering 5 yards already at that. And then you're going to run out of the gun to the edge, run up the middle. That's first of all. So everybody that's want to kill Ron Rivera for going for it when you're down 10, I'm not killing him for it. I like the decision to go for it. You show faith that you have in your offense to pick up 2 yards. I don't like the play call on 3rd down. The play call on 3rd down was where I was pissed about, because why are you doing that? Washington, with the final score being 37-3, had countless opportunities. Okay, early on, defense couldn't get off the field on 3rd down. I would want to say they finished 90%. Okay, probably 80-90% on 3rd downs today. They were conversion. Josh Allen able to pick it up with his legs. Stephon Diggs for like the 1,000,000th time today, wide open across the middle of the field. Okay, it was just too easy for him out there, man. And to quickly just get off of Sam Howell's back, because we can make a whole show about Sam Howell. Quickly get off his back. I want to talk about this defensive line, man. at this current moment, and I don't want to overreact, but right now, I don't want to hear nothing about the defensive line right now at this current day, okay? Because they were pretty much non-existent today as far as getting to Josh Allen. I felt like early on, Montez Sweat had this one opportunity on third down to get to Josh Allen. It felt like he was just jogging. We couldn't get no pressure on Josh Allen, okay? And even when we had opportunities to make plays, Josh Allen was just that much better. So at that time, you just got to tip your cap. But I don't want to hear nothing about the defensive line, man, at this moment. Because we could not get no pressure. Deion Dawkins and them boys was strapping us, man. Was strapping us. The one time we did get to Josh Allen, we sent the blitz. What happened to that? The one time we got to Josh Allen, we sent the blitz. Why we stopped doing that? Okay? Why did we never have a QB spy in the middle of the field? Why we just letting Josh Allen break through the defensive line and have a 12 yards of green right in front of him? Where's the QB spot? Why was the middle of the field so open today? Okay? I can't tell you. But even with that being said, the defense had us in this game. 16 points, and then Antonio get... Now, it wasn't looking good. I'm going to say it like that. It was not looking good regardless. It was 16-0, though, at this time still. You got it. Your defense gets a 4 and out, 3 and out. Then they go for the fourth down. Payne gets the bat down. Okay, great play by Payne. Some light of hope. 16-0, fourth quarter, early stage of the fourth. Some light of hope. Then Antonio Gibson's fumble. Why? Okay. Why are you doing too much when you were just doing all that just to get back to the line of scrimmage? Why? Even if you would have broke off the tackle, you weren't going nowhere. So at that point, the main goal should be to hold on and cover the ball. Protect the Duke should have been the main goal at that point. Because you spin once, okay, you got away. You spin again, and then you lose the ball. You weren't going nowhere. And that right there was the nail in the coffin. Because not only do you turn the ball over, but you turn the ball over in your territory, and they made it that easy for the Bills to just put us away. 16-0, you fumbled the ball, that was the game. If you go down on that drive and score a touchdown, kick a field goal 7-16, it's a one-possession game. Your defense got some momentum after getting that 4-and-out stop. Okay? And you have opportunity to get a stop, get the ball back, score, and go for 2. Make it a game. But no, that Gibson fumble just put it away. Then on top of that, I think the one before that, Kendall Fuller gets an interception. Okay? Then Sam Howell gives it right back. Today was just not a good day, man, for this team. And it sucks badly because I didn't expect to win. Did not expect to win at all. However, I just wanted to see some type of fight. I wanted to see where we belong. Now I know. We're not ready for Buffalo. We're not ready for the Kansas Cities. And I'm going to keep it a buck with you. The NFC still, I don't fear nobody. I still think we're going to go into the link next week and win. I still firmly believe that. Especially, I cannot go against my word. I made my predictions early on, and I'm sticking with it. I had us losing this game, didn't think it was going to be this bad, and I had us bouncing back against Philly next week. Sam Howell played the possible worst game that he could possibly play, and I don't see him being bad next week like this. But that's one. 2, for all the people that's about to do too much about Sam Howell's performance, can y'all relax? Can y'all realize that every young quarterback has these kind of games? Now, I'm not saying 4-pick kind of games, but people have done that before. Peyton Manning didn't look good early on. Josh Allen, rookie year, didn't look good. Tom Brady has games like this. Every quarterback has a game like this. Every quarterback does. 23 making his 4th career start. I promise you he won't be this bad again. I promise you he won't. It happens. You're still walking away from this game 2-1. And you have a very winnable game next week versus Philly. And yes, I say winnable because it's a division game, and you go into the link plenty, and you can go into the link and win like we did last year. So I'm holding my head high. I'm still behind Sam Howell. I'm very frustrated because the way we lost, not that we lost because I expected to lose, but the way we lost is very frustrating. But this was going to happen at some point. Like I kept saying during the stream, I said at some point, Sam Howell was going to have a game like he had today. I just didn't think it was going to be against Buffalo. But if it is against any other team, if it is against a team, it would be against a Buffalo. It would be against a 49ers team. So, if I can take some type of bright side or some type of, I guess, looking for some type of spark, that it happened in week 3. It happened in week 3 against the Buffalo Bills team that is clearly superior than you. I do not expect Sam Howell to do this again. I fully expect him to be much, much better moving on forward. Sam Howell still struggles with getting rid of the ball. Struggles with getting rid of the ball. He still struggles with decision making. Why are you throwing that ball to Curtis Samuel when you got a shallow cross in your face? You gotta know you cannot take a sack right there because you gotta realize you still got 3 points. But if you take a sack, you're now knocked out of field goal range, Sam. But again, part of that I put on the offensive play caller because the offensive play caller has to know that. Offensive play caller has to know that. I got a young pup. Let me reiterate that to him. If he doesn't remember, let me reiterate that to him. Hey, Sam, you can't take a sack here, man. You got to get rid of that thing. You got 3 points in your back pocket. You got to get rid of that thing. But instead, he took a sack. Instead, he threw a interception where he is looking that he's pressing at that point. At that point, he's pressing. He's not relaxed. He was never relaxed in this game. You cannot have that. Okay? Jahan Dawson open. You missing him. Can't have that. Sam was just bad today, man. Like, it's no excuses. Although I'm trying to say part of it's on Erb, you know what I mean? It starts with him. Passes were inaccurate, bad decision making, offensive line not helping you. Even though I felt like at times he had time in the pocket, he just didn't know what to do with it. He looked rattled. Andrew Wiley's horrible. Okay, Andrew Wiley's bad. Leonard Floyd was just having his way with him. Okay, Charles Leno. I know I give Charles Leno a hard time, but Charles Leno ain't Andrew Wiley bad. We need to put Cornelius Lucas in the game at right tackle. I'm ready to make that switch. Andrew Wiley is no good. Okay? We need tackles, man. We need tackles. But that right tackle position right now, it needs to get fixed. Because next week, you got Hassan Reddick and you got Josh Sweat coming. Still got Brandon Graham. But you got a defensive line that is going to be licking their chops, going to be watching this film. Philly's going to be watching this film, licking their chops, ready to come out the Sam Howell. So, we need to fix this right now. Right now. Bench Andrew Wiley. If you ain't going to bench Andrew Wiley, you need to have help on his side every play. I don't care what the formation is. Put John Bates over there every play. Because Andrew Wiley is horrible. I mean, this video could be an hour long, and I could really go into depth with everything, but I don't want to keep y'all here too long because I already know some of y'all are pissed. But I just want to say, relax on Sam Howell. Let him have it today, okay? Let him have it today, but then realize he is 23, and this was his 4th career start. This was his 4th career start. He will not be bad again like this. Like, he will not be this bad again. I'll say that. I'm not saying he's gonna be perfect. Not saying he won't ever throw interceptions again. What I'm saying is he will not be this bad again. He'll watch this film and realize what he did wrong. With that being said, Washington, with everything going as bad as it did, still had an opportunity to win this game going into the fourth quarter. Or at least get back into this game. And we shot ourselves 5 times. Sam with 4, Antonio with 1. Just was the nail in the coffin. Ron Rivera, nothing. I'm not putting nothing on Ron Rivera today. Not putting nothing on him. Everybody that's gonna get on his back, oh, he should have just kicked the field goal. Look, you still gonna be down 2 possessions anyway. Still gonna be down 2 possessions anyway. I like going for the 4th down. My issue is with Eric Bieniemy on that 3rd down play call. My issue is with Eric Bieniemy today. Why are you having your 23-year-old quarterback drop back and pass so much when he's clearly rattled? My issue is that it's not enough running from under center. My issue is that it's not enough chipping for these running backs coming out. My issue is that it's not enough play action fake. My issue is why Jahan Dot's not getting involved. And my issue is that Sam Howell needs to learn to get the ball out of his hands quicker. My issue is that Sam Howell needs to be accurate on his dump down. So my issue is that Sam Howell needs to know to take his dump down and not force it down the field. My issue is with Andrew Wiley. Washington will be fine. I firmly believe that. And we'll shake back. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and open up the phone lines. Let the people call in and let their voice be heard, because I know there are a lot of frustrated Washington Commanders fans out there today. But I just want to say, shout out to the Buffalo Bills, man. They deserved it. But let's go ahead and hear what people have to say.
This is not good. We cannot get off the slow start, but, anything is possible. Let's go, Commanders. Left hand up.
Yep,
my guy at 6K.
Shout out to my guy, yes sir. I appreciate that, man. That was at 209 where things weren't looking good, but he still was, having high hopes. But yeah, man, we can't keep. We got off to another slow start today. Cannot continue to have that. Another slow start. Next week we need to start fast. But appreciate that call.
Yo, Juan, what's up?
What's up, man?
Just finished watching the game, man. I don't know if that's on Howell or the O-line's horrendous. The defense can't carry us much more. But I don't know.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that call. This is definitely on Sam Howell. Definitely. When you turn the ball over 4 times, you can't expect to win the game. And how can it not be your fault when you turn it over 4 times? Part of that is on Eric Bieniemy too, though. Because, again, like I keep reiterating, your young quarterback is rattled. You need to find a way to get him out of that. Whether it's handing the ball off, getting some quick completions done, some drags, some screens. Where was the screen game today? We ran so many screens in the first 2 weeks of the game. Why was that non-existent today? Can't tell you. The one screen we did run, Antonio Gibson fumbles the ball. So, again, it's on him. Defense, like I said, they played well enough for us to win. But as far as defensive line, I felt like we didn't get enough pressure on Josh Allen today. That's just me. And that's right now. When I go back and watch the film or whatever, I may have another way of looking at it, but right now I am disappointed in this defensive line, because it seems like every time we play a competent quarterback, they talk about how dominant this defensive line is each and every week, but every time we play a competent quarterback, they're pretty much non-existent.
Bro, Sam Howell fucking sucks, bro. And bro, this is the worst game I've ever watched as a fan, bro. I don't even know where we go from here, bro. For me, this is rock bottom. Ron Rivera, you gotta go, bro. Defense overrated, man. Just terrible.
All right, man. So I'm not gonna go ahead and say Sam Howell sucks. It's a game. It happens, okay? Every quarterback has a game like this. This is his 4th career start, so I'm not going to jump off the edge like that. I'm not saying this is rock bottom. Rock bottom was 2019. Rock bottom was 2011. Rock bottom was 2013. This is not rock bottom. It's week 3. We're 2-1, so I do feel like a little bit of an overreaction is right there at that current moment. Things are not over. Okay, Ron Rivera literally didn't do nothing wrong today in my eyes. That decision to go for it, not a bad decision. Okay, I think Ron Rivera actually should get some credit because he's the reason why we didn't get shut out today. Without Ron Rivera kicking that field goal late, we're not scoring no points. We're not scoring no points. So I don't think Ron Rivera is at fault today. This solely you just got beat. You just got an old-fashioned whipping. But yeah, man. I mean that it is what it is. It happens. It happens when you got a young quarterback. I don't expect Sam Howell to be that bad again, and I keep reiterating that, because that's just how I truly feel, man. I don't think he's gonna ever be that bad again. I really don't. Sam Howell has a lot of work to do, as do the rest of this team. But we'll talk about this in nauseam throughout the week because, man, this was bad.
Hey, what's up, Juan? This O-line looks terrible. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Left tackle looks terrible. Right tackle. Left tackle looks okay. Right tackle looks terrible. I want to give you my top 4 draft picks next year. Let me know what you think. Number 1, we're drafting a right tackle. Pick 2, linebacker. Pick 3, left tackle. And pick 4, tight end. Let me know what you think about that.
So I appreciate the call. First things first, I don't think they would draft a right tackle base in the first round. He has to be a left tackle, but could play the right tackle because I don't think you spend a first round pick on a right tackle, especially when you have an aging left tackle in Charles Leno who's most likely not going to be here next year. You would rather draft the left tackle, and if all else fails, he plays right tackle. But I think we need to draft a left tackle in the first round. Maybe you double dip and get a right tackle too. But that's too, in my opinion, is too reasonable and too logical. I don't think Washington has got that logic yet with their drafting. It's like we need a linebacker, we need a left tackle, we need a right tackle. They're probably going to do some off-the-wall-ish, to be honest with you. But, man, I agree. We need a left tackle and a right tackle, but I think left tackle should be the first pick in the first round. With that being said, I want to say I appreciate you guys for rocking with me today. Appreciate y'all for all the likes and the subscriptions, man. We're on the road to 7,000. It sounds refreshing saying that. So I appreciate y'all helping me reach the 6K now, 7K goal. We got a lot of content, live streams coming out, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Y'all have a blessed one. Washington loses 37-3 and a total beatdown at FedEx Field. Did Dan Snyder really leave yet? Because this felt very Dan Snyderish. But nah, in all seriousness, I got Washington bouncing back next week. So with that being said, see y'all later. It's me and boy Juan Gotti.